What's up? I'm back. It's been a little while since I did a video. I am out on the St. Joe River doing what you know I like to do, flathead catfishing. And I spent the last 3 hours absolutely working my butt off for 5 bluegills to use this bait. So we're gonna head down the river now, and beautiful morning. I missed really what I think is the prime time as I was chasing these bait. Water temperature is 57.6 degrees. It is May 24th. 24th, 25th. It's Memorial Day weekend. And I am gonna set up here on the river out on this, I guess you would call it the Buchanan stretch of the river, Redbud. And I'm gonna take you guys along and see if we can't put a catfish in the boat. Stay tuned. All right, we are on the juiciest of juicy log jams I've ever seen. We're gonna set up here, and I think we might pull channel out of this one. This doesn't look very flatheady, but I get lucky. I don't know. I missed my window as I was chasing those bluegills. So bear with me and let's see what we can do. Well, the current isn't the greatest. I mean, there's a little bit of current here, but you can tell I don't have the dams really opened up. I realize in these videos I just kind of show you the fishing, but I don't really show you like the tactics, I guess. So bear with me, because I'm definitely not a professional fisherman, but I've done enough on the river here in this section of Michigan that I'm gonna go ahead and say I half-ass know what I'm doing. But well, I tell you, that catching bait really kicked my ass this morning. But anyways, here's what I'm doing. It's really just figuring out what the fish want today. We're coming off a pretty strong cold front. It was 38 degrees this morning. That's why the bait fish were so hard to catch. But really my tactic right now is starting off on a inside bend. I'll kind of talk you through. Oh, I just got a fish. We got a fish on. Fish on. Right out the gate. Not a little fish either. I hope you guys can see this. If you can or not, but then we got our rods out. We already got our first fish on. Not a little guy. Big head shakes. Oh yeah. That's a good fish there. Yep. He is fighting like a big channel. Huh? Medium flathead. He didn't take it. He's camped out under there. He was hungry. That's it. 7-8 pounder. See if I can get him in the boat and show him to you guys. All right. Get a good look at my butt right now. Here we go. That's how you do it. Anyways, what I was trying to tell you. There you go. That's not a bad one, huh? Headpiece. So they'll give you little clues. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. There we go. That's not a bad one to start the day off. Go. All right. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is they're going to give you little clues, these fish. They're going to tell you if they're in the current, if they're not in the current, if they're close to shore, if they're on a channel break, if they want head pieces. Sometimes that does make a difference. This one we just caught on a little bluegill headpiece. Sometimes they'll tell you if they want head pieces, sometimes they'll tell you smaller body pieces. I mean, down to the size of weight. So anyways, that fish was on the inside line, meaning closest to the bank. And I mean, he was right up by the log jam. So anyways, I'll kind of show you here, see if I can show you on the screen. So that fish was right there on this inside line. And what I'm doing is I'm tattering this log jam. I got one there, and one there. The goal here is to get a pattern together. It's kind of early in the morning. High pressure day, which is not really great for flathead fishing. But anyways, I'm gonna stop jamming. This is what we're doing. We're just fishing the log jam, and we're figuring out which part of the log jam that the fish are on, and then we're repeating that method as we go down the river. I'm on an I'm on an outside bend. I'm on an outside bend, so that's where the current's going to be the strongest. So we'll try to focus on that. If we get a couple more bites on outside bends, then we'll just stay camped out on outside bends. So see if we get another one. Yeah, it's that cold. And I didn't even have 40 degrees yet. Get this little heater going. Getting a little nibble. More serious. Oh. This one's going. This one's serious. Little one might go off again. Male. Might be a boat flipper. I think he's pushing it to be a boat flipper. He's talking to us. Here you go. There you go, fish number 2. Male channel. Watching that middle rod because it's getting hit. We repeated. Found another outside corner with a little current and some wood. That seems to be what's holding them today. That's probably a 4-pound channel. Nasty. Got warts and stuff all over them. Think about it. That one also was up close to the bank, so that's 2 fish, outside corner, current. We're in about 12 foot of water, close to the bank. The body section, flatheads on a head. Flatheads are almost always on a head section, but we got some pretty dandy flatheads on small body sections. I mean, sometimes you get flatheads on the small section, you can imagine. No real rhyme or reason, but all right, let's get back in there. Right up next to shore there. Check this bait. I'm feeling this one got robbed. You took 3 pretty good pops. Let's take a look. We're still good. And on the edge of that. All right, fish number 2. The outside rod. Doesn't feel very big. Now it feels really big, like you got caught up in some sticks or something. And you just twist it up in a line. Not a tanker. Another nice little channel. These channels are gourding themselves. Did you see the belly on this football? Jeez. Look at the fish. I mean, they are just gourding themselves. Look at the belly on that thing. Lord. Alright, that one. Did you get my bait back? Good, dude. Yeah, I work so hard for those baits too. I was talking to you. It's a 3-pounder. Maybe 4. Those. Alright, we moved again. This time we're set up on, I mean, I won't call this an outside corner. Kind of a straight run, but we're set up to cover this log jam again, but it seems like the inside rods are the ones that are hot. It really isn't pertinent to a headpiece or a body piece. So again, really just talking about what we're doing and how I'm trying to pick this river apart. We're gonna try this out, even though it's not an outside bend, but it does have depth. It is a pretty good sized log jam, and we have a line that's closer to the shore, so we'll see if that's a pattern or not. Looks like we're actually already getting a nib on our middle rod, so stay tuned, see what happens. If that spot didn't work out, we went back to the outside bend with more current. I'll show you guys here what's going on. All right, so where we were was right over there, and as you can see, the river kind of winds around and goes up. Now we're on an outside bend here, little logs down through here, but the current is a lot better here. So the whole point of using cut bait and catfishing and fresh cut bait is obviously the scent. The catfish are like a big swimming tongue. That's the best analogy I've ever heard about them. They actually taste through their skin. So you want to get current, because if you can get in front of some log jams, we're getting a bite right now. There we go. If you can get in front of some log jams, you can send that current down through many log jams, and that one's gonna hook up in just a second here, and that's a body piece. Anyways, you can get down through the log jam, you can send your current from there all the way through, or you're sent with the current through all the log jams. Words are hard today, man. I ain't messing up. You can tell I haven't done a video in a while. Anyways, I'll shut up. We'll get back to catching fish. You get the idea of what I'm trying to tell you. This thing just ripped about 50 yards of line off. So I don't know if we just got a pissed off channel or a really nice flathead. But he just pummeled the line. You guys can see me here. Just pummeled it. I mean, I wasn't even paying attention. All I heard was a drag ripping. Just a really pissed off channel. I love springtime channels. They fight so hard. So aggressive. Let's see if we can get him in. Look at the size of this thing. I mean, that thing ripped. I'm not kidding, guys. This thing ripped probably 30 yards of line off before I could even get to the rod. Well, this is kind of hard to do this on this tripod here. There we go. So there you go. I'd say a 7-pounder, missing a whisker. You see, ooh, hey there. He's talking to you. Anyways, this thing absolutely destroyed it. And again, the inside line, again, on an outside corner. You see how these patterns come together real quick. So fun. Well, this is the best channel bite I've had on this stretch of the river ever. So we'll just continue to fish, and sucks that we're almost out of bait. We're gonna have to go back up and try to pull a couple more bluegills in. Anyways, that was cool. Stay tuned, see if we can get another one. I don't know if that's 4 or 5. I'm gonna say that's 4 that we've got in today. But the pattern is really pretty clear today. One, these fish are super hungry. We're coming off a cold front. We got a high pressure day. Water temperature again is 57.98 degrees. And they seem to be up close to shore. You know, we're coming off a pretty good week of rain. The dam isn't really wide open. I mean, there's a little bit of current going on, but nothing crazy. And it just seems to be, as soon as we get in there, within 5 minutes, we're getting ripped down. That last hit, it was no nibble. I mean, that just doubled that rod over. So should be set up to be a fun day. Let's see if we can't, I don't want to get greedy here, but let's see if we can't get one of these giant flatheads that live in this stretch of the river hooked up. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, moved again. Contrary to popular belief, you really don't sit in the same spot too long when catfishing. You kind of 15-20 minutes tops and then move on. Sometimes I even go as quick as 5 or 10 minutes if I'm just not feeling it at that spot. But a lot of people think you camp out and you sit all day, and that's not the case with catfishing if you want to be effective at it. You got to cover water just like you do any other fishing. So I'm going to show you kind of what we're doing. We're chasing the wind because the wind is coming up from the north, so it's pushing the boat around with this bimini top. So where we're set up now is another outside corner and another big log jam. There's actually several log jams down here. I'm at the head of the log jam, so we're going to set up right here and send our scent down and try to beat this wind. See what happens. Alright, switch things up again. The wind caught up with us and I couldn't stay put. The problem with having a boat with a bimini top like this and a windshield is if you're anchored with the current, obviously, and the wind's blowing the opposite way of the current, it grabs this thing like a sail and it'll start snagging up your lines and moving the boat all around. It really just sucks. So the key with this type of fishing is boat control, keeping that boat as still as possible so you have a good presentation with your bait. So what I did is, I don't know if I made the right move or not, but I decided to move upriver a little bit. I'm in a lot shallower water. I was fishing in about 12 to 13 foot of water, and now I'm in 5.4 foot of water. One of my baits is probably in 3 foot of water. But we kept catching these fish on the outside bend with a little bit of current on the inside line. Again, repeating the pattern. So I thought I would take that pattern and try to apply it up here, get it out of the wind. We're on an outside bend. It's much shallower here. So my thought process is maybe all of our lines spread out will be more in a strike zone because of the depth. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I will tell you this, it's a lot nicer up here without the wind and the boat sitting still. So let's give this 15-minute soak and see what happens. We are getting really low on bait, so may have to go get some more bait here in a minute. I tell you, it doesn't look like a catfish bite. Trying to chase the wind again, get out of the wind. This trip's coming to an end pretty quick, but I am going to hit up my little honey hole spot. This one's always good for at least a 5-pound flathead. And that's this little log jam right here. Some of you may recognize this spot. It's freshwater inlet right there. And so we're going to drop baits all on this log jam, and I guarantee we pull a flathead out of there. Let's see what happens. Him off. Or did he? No, he's running at me. Jeez, oh Pete, this fish was hauling ass. Another one is just ripping line out. Another hungry channel. There we go. Another really hungry channel. This fish ran up river so fast. Look at that. Chunky guy. 5-minute stops. Very cool. Let's put another bait down there. The day, or I should say for this trip, I am upriver close to the dam at this point. I wanted to get in a little faster water, and I'm sitting in about 6.7 foot of water. I got one bait that's right up next to shore, and the other two are just tattered down along a couple of log jams here. So bait's getting a little old, getting a little stale. We're gonna give this a good 15-minute sit, and then I'm gonna go hit up the bluegill spot, see if we can't pull a couple more baits in for the evening fish or tomorrow morning. Stay tuned. Maybe it just pulled off of something. Can't really tell. I wasn't paying attention. See if he comes back. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go up here and try to get some more bait for the next trip, and hopefully you guys have another video coming out soon. Thanks again for all the support. I get a lot of people say hi to me about launches. I just do this for fun. I really don't do it for any other reason, but it's pretty cool to have people come up and say hi. So thank you very much. Hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.